Hello and welcome back to Let's Play
I have seen
Exile.
warriors in black.
So, today we're going to be going, how am I trying to say?
A beast hunts.
Getting to Act 2 opens up a particular skill gem quest reward that I want to get. I want to switch to Infernal Blow as soon as possible because it's an awesome skill. I like using it. It's fun. Things explode. Who doesn't love exploding stuff? I mean, really. It's exploding stuff. How can you not love it? So, pretty much, we're gonna get going on that. We're gonna be doing Sharp and Cruel today. It's... if I'm going the correct way, which I hope I am. Weaver sh... Sharp and Cruel is the Weaver, so I am in fact going the wrong way. I was thinking about it's like, no, Sharp and Cruel. The reward makes more sense from the Weaver. It's Malagoro's Spike we'll be getting as a drop. And it just made a lot more sense. So we're going this way instead. You know, we're off to one of those awesome starts today. Always good. Oh, for the love of God, my inventory is like completely and utterly full. Oh well, we'll hope we don't get anything good. For now, we'll just leap slam everything to death. And kill the big monkey. Otherwise, gonna be kind of running through stuff a little bit. Kill some decent-sized packs, and when they come down from the trees like so, we'll kill them, obviously. Because, again, big packs are good to kill. And one more. Grab that Scroll of Wisdom. Act 2 is... oh, of the three, it's, I think, the most open-ended, or open-ended is the right word. It's the act that gives you the most options of how to do it. There's... can I see the full map? No. The map branches out all over the place. So all different kinds of zones you can go to, and it's just... Act 1 is pretty linear. Act 3 is... you kind of go all over the place, but it's still fairly linear in how you have to go about completing things. Now the question is, how am I actually going to progress through this skill tree? That is the question of the day. I think I'm going to be cutting down through here. If not, oh well, it's always respec stuff. There are Orbs of Scouring. You can get respec points for various side quests, and I believe various main quests as well. What else? Occasionally there are full resets. I don't think there's going to be too many of those anymore, so be wary of that. Don't plan on having a full reset coming anytime soon. If I had to go either way, I'd say there's probably not going to be one, but, you know, eventually there may be one available. But don't count on it. Other than that, yeah, hopefully today we will be able to kill the Weaver down in the Weaver's Chamber for the Sharp and Cruel quest. We have a massive monkey over there, I believe, or just some evasive monkeys and some savage monkeys. Doesn't matter. They're all gonna die. Getting some decent luck here with these various currency items today. That's always good. This is probably one of these episodes that I shouldn't have recorded. It's one of these I want to keep up with my promise of doing regular episodes. And it's like, I kind of want to do it, but I don't know. I'm just kind of feeling out of it. It's just one of those days, and I'm out of mana again. Anyone keeping track of that? I doubt it, but it's happened a lot. It's going to happen quite a bit more. The other thing I could go for is Resolute Technique. There are all sorts of things I could be going for right now. Resolute Technique will be good because I will not be able to miss. But I can't crit. The crit part isn't so important. But I am actually going to be going for Resolute Technique first, instead of going down towards Blood Magic, I think. I want to kill you massive guys, because you're magic mobs and you'll give more experience and possibly more loot. Realistically, my luck with loot sucks, so it's just going to give a little more experience than normal. I believe it's ×3 experience for magic mobs, times 5 for rares and elites. And we have some tree roots, blocking the path to the Val ruins. We will be dealing with those in a couple episodes. More monkeys and people to kill. But pretty much, we're just gonna leap slam over this. Another nice use for leap slam. If you have, I'm gonna go ahead and say it's worth grabbing a leap slam gem just for the extra movement options it provides. You know, just sometimes you don't want to have to find a way around a broken bridge. You just go when you can go right over it. I mean, really, it's just so much easier that way. Make your own bridge. Why not? And oh look, I'm out of mana. Huge pack of mobs, and no mana with which to kill them. Mix it up, throw some sweep in. It does the same damage, it doesn't matter. Oh well, moving on. To the Black Wood. Pretty sure this used to be the Black Forest. Apparently all these names were changed at some point, and I'm not aware of that. And we have, I believe, a shrine. Yes, okay, let's not run directly into them. Fire snakes suck. They are evil. I'm gonna leap over them, run up, get the acceleration shrine, and in theory annihilate these guys before they annihilate me. This guy is heavily, heavily armored. And apparently slightly desynced. Do I have any junk I can just toss on the floor? Of course not. Why ever would I have room in my inventory to deal with stuff? I do not in any way, shape, or form have the space to pick up that iron staff. So, since my thing has, the shrine buff has already worn off, not too concerned about going to town and tossing a bunch of crap into the stash. Ah, the good old stash. Stash, there we go. Took a few tries. That sledgehammer could be useful. I'm gonna hold on to you for now. And I'll hold on to you, because I'll be 17 very shortly. Currency-wise, what do we have to work with here? Let's just drop everything into the stash. Drop these flasks in as well as this corroded blade, more likely than not. Yeah, we're gonna put that in there as well. I'm going to need an orb of... we can actually do this now, I believe. Let's see what we end up with. 51% increased physical damage. With the increased speed, I'm going to stick with that. Hey, if I have an orb of alteration... or rather, an orb of augmentation, which I do not have, so I can't improve that further, but I will be upgrading to that shortly. We actually got a good roll. If we find an orb of augmentation, it will be even better. The orb of augmentation will add a second effect to that. The orb of alteration will remove that effect and re-roll for another 1 or 2, which is bad because I like that 51% increased physical damage. What the hell was that? A devour, what the hell? Okay, this is all new. I have not seen this before. It is a giant worm who wants to eat me. It's multiple giant worms who want to eat me. Because what's better than one giant worm trying to eat you? Obviously, 2 giant worms. That better be a one-handed. Okay. So, we're gonna get some fire How are we gonna get fire resistance? Oh, We're gonna go bypass the fire resistance for now. And we'll just move straight on, get that resolute technique as soon as possible. Get a waypoint, because why not? Waypoints are handy and convenient, and you know what? You're very persistent. For your efforts, I reward you with your death. Oh wait, and I leveled up, I think. Yes, I spent the point. Hey, look at that, there's that Yes, Orb of Augmentation. Here comes the accuracy or equally crappy mod. Let's see what we get. Accuracy! Who would have guessed? Alright, so currently we're at 40.3 DPS. 62.7, just a little bit of an improvement there. And by a little bit, I mean about 50%, which is very good. This stuff should, yeah, I'm back to one-shotting anything I hit. So that's good. For now, we're just looking for the Weaver's Chambers, and there it is. The Weaver's Chamber or Chambers? Chambers. It is Chambers. Occasionally, I get things correct. You know, it's always a nice feeling. Usually, I'm forgetting what things are called, tripping over my own words. It just gets very confusing and awkward and bad. On odd occasions, I think I screw up, but I actually have it right. It's a nice little change of pace.
Mana's gone.
And we'll kill some spiders, kill some more spiders, grab a static shrine. Let's do lightning arcs from me. Yay. That's always fun. Topaz flask. I will not be using that probably ever, but it will improve my lightning resistance, I believe. I'll look at that as soon as the shrine has worn off. Now we're going to hopefully kill another group of enemies if I don't try to run through a dead-end wall. The enemy's getting a little tougher. I'm 3 levels under for this area, but we're pretty tanky. I'm running Marauders, have a lot of health. I have that life gain on hit every time I leap slam, so we're in pretty good shape to just kind of slaughter everything. Burning Shrine, this is a new one. Rains fire down around me. That's actually kind of cool. Firestorm is probably one of my favorite spells. I think it's a little underestimated. And we have a lightning shrine as well. A lightning shrine. Now we're raining fire and lightning down. Actually, I believe the Weaver is right up over here. Just based on the map layout, I'm going to go ahead and make that gamble. The Weaver's Nest. Okay, this place was changed entirely. This used to just be a pathway you could walk through. Oh, this is all new. I'm actually going to throw down a portal just in case. Try and kill all these little spiders and then just beat the crap out of the Weaver with a heavy strike. And the Weaver decided to say, screw this, I'm out of here. I really need to work on some way of getting my mana back more quickly. I believe I'm wearing a mana regen amulet, which doesn't actually help a lot. Aha, I didn't die this time. Yet. There we go. Malagoro's Spike. That will come in handy later. For now, well, I want to kill these damn spiders so I can loot stuff in peace. Leave me alone. Die. Why am I wearing that? Garbage. Wearing armor will slow you down, which is why I tend to not wear it.
I cannot carry this.
I may end up wearing it, some armor shortly, but we'll see. We'll see. More rare copper armor. Can't wear that, so that's kind of useless at the moment. Copper plate, 14 strength, 29 armor, 14 max life, 13 cold resist, 8 physical damage reflected back to attackers, extra armor, cold resist, lightning resistance, extra block, and stun recovery. Okay. Nothing else I want to pick up, and we're done here, so we're going to go ahead and head back to the forest encampment. I may actually end up wearing armor here shortly, unless Groost has some very awesome two-handed weapons for me to grab. And if he doesn't. Didn't really expect him to, but you know, I figured I'd check. It could have happened. Oh well.
You killed Mother Eightleg?
Yep, we killed the giant spider who wanted to eat us and feed us to her children. That's what I wanted, just to cover it. Stun gem, weapon elemental damage. Stun increases reduces the enemy stun threshold, which makes it easier to stun them when using things like blunt weapons. Melee. Weapon elemental damage. Any elemental damage your weapon does and your attacks do more. Melee damage on full life. When your life is full, you do more melee damage. Added fire damage, 20% physical damage is done as extra fire damage. Life gain on hit, we already have, and I've explained that. And melee splash. You do 16% less damage to main target, 50% less attack damage to other targets, but you're attacking multiple targets. It's awesome, it's insane, and I can't use the damn gem yet, which sucks. So since my inventory has once again gotten cluttered, I'm going to be using that instead because it does have 3 slots, red slots linked together. It will be useful. Unfortunately, cannot put Malagora Spike into the stash, but oh well. Topaz Flask is, it could be interesting, useful for Vol, but when you use it, you get increased lightning resistances as well as an increased maximum lightning resist. Resists are capped at 75%. I'm going to try to do some head math here and work it out, but if you normally have 75% lightning resistance and take 100 damage, you in effect get hit for 25 damage. Obviously, 75% less, or whatever. So you would get hit for 25 damage. By increasing your maximum by 10%, and increasing it to 85 through that, because your maximum increases so you can get higher, so 15, or 85% in this case. So that same 100 damage lightning hit would then do 15 damage as opposed to 25. Despite only increasing your lightning resist maximum by 10%, you have in effect reduced your incoming damage by 40%. 25, comparing 25 damage to 15 damage. So you've actually done it, you've reduced the damage you take by a lot. The more extreme example is if you have 98% resistances and increase it, again, 100 damage hit, you'd take 2 damage. If you increase your resist by 1%, 1%, who cares? But in effect, you take 1 point of damage when you have 90% resist. So in effect, you have increased, or rather decreased, the damage you take by 50% from going from 98 to 99. Kind of irrelevant, but it's a little bit more of an extreme example. But that is the most extreme example, really, as you start getting into, like, point decimal place percents, and it's just very confusing at that point and not worth going into. So, we killed the Weaver in the Black Wood, which I was never called that in the past. We got Malagora Spike. That will be useful. We're 20-odd minutes into the episode. Let's head back to the Black Forest. We'll head out to what used to be the Western Forest and see if we can find the next waypoint. I don't think we'll be getting too much more done today, but yeah, whatever. We'll see what happens. I'd love to get to 19 already. Start using melee splash with infernal blow. It is so much fun. I believe this weapon is also quite a bit faster now that I'm, thinking about it and using it a little bit more. When I'm not worried about dying to giant spiders and her brood. I think brood is the correct term. And her spawn. A spawn would also be appropriate, I guess. These fire snakes are annoying. Normal difficulty, not too bad, but cruel and above, your resist better damn well be near cap or capped out, because they will kill you so quick you won't know what happened. Especially when there's multiples. I think they actually get multiple streams of fire on cruel or above. That's another thing I want to do also, is look for better mana flasks. I have such terrible mana management abilities at the moment. Leaf Slam works with the sword. This could be another upgrade. Oh, I don't have the dexterity for this, but that would be a huge upgrade. I believe I have a dexterity amulet sitting in my stash. So we're at 67.2, or 62.7, whatever floats your boat. Unidentified dexterity amulet. Once again, I will need to get some... Try this again. I will need to get some more scrolls of wisdom. I generally do not
Hello.
advise doing this, but I want to use that damn thing. Let's go ahead and 7% increased cast speed, whatever, 1% physical damage leached as mana. That is actually going to be quite a bit better than that slightly increased mana regeneration rate. If we look under missile defense, mana regeneration per second is 2. With that, it is a whole 2.6. Whoop-a-dee-doo. But with that, we can go from 60... Am I getting damage from... I'm getting a little bit of damage from Dex. That's what's happening there. So from 67.4 to 93.9. That is a pretty big increase. I was all excited about getting that physical damage and stuff. This also has a +2 life gain for each enemy hit by attack, so it's basically the same as the life gain on hit gem, just off the weapon. It's got increased accuracy, a bunch of damage. Jeez. It really doesn't get much better than that at this level, that's for sure. Now we'll get another strength node in the process, and then we're doing even more damage. I probably shouldn't have leveled that up, because if I remove that necklace, I will be screwed out of using that weapon. But, hey, what can I say? We just massively improved the weapon we have. Or rather, ditched the weapon we had and got a massively better one. These guys are just gonna be dead. Oh, of course I miss, like, every single one of them. Anything I hit will die instantly. Unfortunately, I tend to miss more than I hit. That is the disadvantage of not having Resolute Technique. It really is a wonderful, wonderful spell to... wonderful keystone ability to grab. Oh look, I'm out of mana. That's only the 4th or 5th time this episode, and we are not going the right way. Generally speaking for this map, it's not written in stone kind of thing, but if you follow the little bits of road you do find and come across, you will, for the most part... Oh, this is going to be interesting if I can keep my mana up long enough to make use of it. Increased attack speed and tons of damage, and I don't know what happened there. Lagged or something very briefly. And pretty much everything died. Orb of Chance, good stuff there. Speed around while we can. Oh, that movement speed is lovely. Just kind of ignoring everything. Here's a little bit of a path. Basically, if you find a little bit of a path, you kind of want to go in the general direction it's going to take you away from the way you came into the Black Forest. Or the Black Wood, sorry. They changed it. So they gotta be difficult. This is still the Western Forest. At least that hasn't changed. Ah, yes, the Lyra's martyrs. They will explode and kill themselves while chasing you. Normal difficulty, not, again, terribly deadly, but later on, if you don't have the fire resist, you'll want to avoid them. Jeweler's Orb, nice. A 2-stone ring. This is new, I have not seen this before. 13% to fire and lightning resistance. That is not a scroll of wisdom. Go me. It's 3 to 6 physical damage, 79 accuracy. I will go ahead. I cannot even use... For the love of God, game, give me stuff I can actually use. I got this melee splash gem I can't use. I got this polished 2-stone ring of accuracy I can't use. This is the problem with being a little underleveled for the areas you are currently running. And I'll just stand next to one for demonstration purposes. They're not really doing any damage whatsoever. What's my fire resistance at? 12, so I'm not like maxed out or anything and taking no damage because of that. I did kind of get spoiled by that in the last beta league of Anarchy. That's a chromatic orb. Those 3 linked red, green, blue slots. The Anarchy League, I was running around with a unique helmet that gave like 30% resistances across the board. It was kind of nice. But cheating a little bit, perhaps, but well, every once in a while you have to actually use the good stuff you find. For For this Let's Play, unless there's some new uniques that are particularly interesting that I happen to stumble across, I don't think I'll be using them because, oh, I don't know. I might. It depends what it is. If I find like one of those super desirable things, like I can't think of anything else. It's not applicable to this build, but like Chevron's wrappings are really useful for certain builds. If I found them, I would not be like, oh my god, I'm gonna go run that particular build thing then, because they're impossible to get. Realistically, most people aren't gonna have easy access to them, and just don't want to go down the path of doing something most people can't do. If it's a more common unique that's like actually possible to get in any remote sense without getting extremely lucky or farming nonstop, then yeah, I'd go ahead and do it. I feel like I should have found a waypoint by now in here. But apparently we're just gonna finish up the way forward. I actually never bothered to go into it, but basically we had to go down through the Caverns of Anger and Wrath because Piety had, some woman, Piety person, had blocked off the path from the forest, from the Prisoner's Gate. Normally there's a road that travels straight through it. Piety blocked it off with her magic. We should see the wall raise up momentarily here. Or it should be raised up into a nasty spike sticking out of the ground. I don't know why we couldn't just kind of wiggle between them. They're kind of glowing though, so who knows what's up with that. But if we hit that seal, the wall lowers and we can head directly through to the Prisoner's Gate back in Act 1. I don't know why you'd want to do this, but yeah, the option is there for you. Very quickly though, we're going to go back to the Western Forest. That's Prisoner's Gate, Act 1, whatever. You kind of see it, like the road, Prisoner's Gate's over here. We kind of looped up around here through the Cavern of Wrath and Anger and all that stuff. Now the road's back open. Anyone can get through there relatively easily. There were all these guys trying to explode themselves on you, and the Prisoner's Gate had all those leaping goats and burning wolf dog things. So really, it's not any easier to get here. Almost there. 3 more levels? 3 more levels. We'll have Resolute Technique. It will be glorious. We will need to come back here later. That's why I do just want to find this waypoint. It's, I thought, along the road, but apparently not. Or apparently it is, and I just was a couple feet off of it appearing. Alright, so we got a decent amount of stuff done. Before I forget, as well, you know, along the lines, we're actually going to head back to... No, I lied. So next time, we will be doing more stuff towards getting into those Val runes. We'll be heading down and doing, I believe, the Intruders and Block Quest, getting the... something or other. I don't remember what it's called. It's Malagoro Spike and something. Oh well, I don't remember. And other than that, yeah, we have a bunch of other stuff to do before we actually head into the Val runes. So for now, thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, rate, and/or subscribe, and have a great day.